The sort of dish you'd see cattlemen in Hungary cooking over the campfire late at night, possibly looking over their shoulders with a little bit of fear in their eyes. But to continue this dish, what I'm going to do is get my onion and slice it in half. Cut it fairly fine, straight through the middle here like this, and then straight through like that. As you can see, everything I add to this dish is going to be cut nice and fine so it cooks quickly and allows all the flavour to go all the way through. Just throw that straight into the pot there like that. The meat's browned up beautifully, and with a high heat like this, the onions will soften in no time. Just give that a little bit of a stir around. Now at this stage here, I'll add some more paprika because we want a lot of flavour. And while we're frying everything off or sweating it off or making it brown, this is the perfect time to add the spices. So in goes some more paprika, which is of course one of the most important ingredients. Hungary and the areas, the countries all around Hungary have a lot of different types of paprika, and it makes up a good part of all the dishes they make. Some more cayenne pepper because I want some more spice in there, and of course the caraway seeds. I love the caraway seeds. They give it so much flavour. Now while I'm here, I'll add some thyme stalks. I could actually pick the thyme, but I'm going to throw it straight in like this. Give it another stir around like that. Believe me, if you're cooking this at home, you'll smell these flavours. They've filled the room with just those spices there. It's beautiful. Give that a little stir. Look at that. Now, of course, probably another important ingredient. If you're in Transylvania, you'll know why you've got garlic. The skin comes off really easy when you smash it with the back of the knife, and then all you need to do is just give that a rough chop. I think I heard something. We'll get this garlic into us pretty quickly. Straight in there we go. Give that a bit of a stir around there. I love the smell of garlic. Next thing I'm going to add is some bay leaves. Throw that straight in there. Now I've got some beautiful sweet chilies. These are not so hot, but have a beautiful flavour. And all I'm going to do is cut that straight through the middle here like this, and take away the seeds there like that. Give it a bit of a tap, and you can see there's hardly any seeds in there at all. And we're going to have beautiful red chili dice all the way through this goulash. Straight in we go like that. And give that another little stir. See, that's starting to sizzle away, and all the flavours in there are coming together. Now the next thing I need to add is a little bit of white wine. About a cup of white wine is all you need, straight in there like that. You can use red wine if you want, it doesn't really matter. And another thing that I always use is some vinegar. A little bit of cider vinegar or sherry vinegar or white wine vinegar, but it just gives it a sharpness that goes so beautifully with meat. Now the next thing I'm going to add is some tomatoes. These tomatoes here, I've taken the seed and the skin out, and all I'm going to do is give these a rough chop. As they cook, they'll fall apart and make up the sauce. There we go. And all I need to do is just cut through the tomatoes just to break them up a little bit more. You can see this will go straight in. I love tomatoes. Now the next thing I'm going to add, after I stir this, look at that, it smells beautiful, is some beef stock. A little bit of beef stock, you can use water if you want, chicken stock, it doesn't really matter. Now of course, for a little bit more blood red, I'm going to add some tomato passata. You could use tomato sauce if you want. We want that lovely red colour. Give that a stir around. You can see already that colour's coming through. Beautiful. And as this simmers down, that red will become thicker and thicker. Now the next thing I'm going to add are some peppers. Some peppers that I've roasted in the oven, brushed a little bit of olive oil on the outside and roasted until they sort of blistered on the outside. And then I put them into my bowl here, covered them with cling film until they steamed and softened. They're very easy to peel that way and very easy to get all the skin away. Now a lot of Hungarian recipes would use things like pork and cabbage. This is my little tweak. I love red peppers, and of course it's keeping in with my blood red theme. Chop it straight through like this. You could, of course, if you wanted to, actually blend them up in a Vitamizer or in a blender so that it actually becomes a puree. But for me, I like my peppers nice and chunky. This is the sort of soup that I want to be able to pick up with my spoon and see all the bits and pieces in there. And all I need to do now is pop this straight into my pot. You can see it's coming together beautifully. Give it a little bit of a stir like this, and it's nice and chunky, robust, got great flavours to it, lots of spice. Now we need to thicken it up a little bit. And what I've got is a potato. I just slice the bottom off it like that, and then I'm just going to slice it into thin rounds like this. I want this potato to cook fairly quickly. Now of course if you want you can take the skin off, but I like to be nice and healthy. You know, with a diet like mine, I need to take all the vitamins and minerals I can, and there's plenty of vitamins in the skin of a potato. Now I know at this size my potatoes will cook really quickly, but if my meat's not ready, it's okay, because the potatoes will just fall apart and thicken the soup up. It's alright, it's one big healthy soup designed to keep you robust and healthy and keep the vampires away. Give that a stir like that. This will take a few more minutes. I'll have a little taste. Beautiful. It's a touch of salt, a little twist of pepper. Now all it needs is about 30 minutes of simmering away till my potatoes are cooked, my meat is tender and falling apart, and all the flavours have melded together to make one blood-rich, tasty soup. Now all I need to do to finish off my soup is of course some freshly chopped parsley. I've just got continental parsley or flat leaf parsley, easy to find and even easy to grow. A couple of seeds of this in your backyard and you'll have beautiful parsley all the time. Pop it straight into my soup. Now the thing is, this is how I know whether my soup is cooked. I'll pick up a little piece of meat and when I can chew it and I know it's tender, I know my soup is ready. Stir the parsley in, turn it off. That's beautiful. Now all we need to do is take our bowl and put a nice healthy scoop or ladle full of soup into our bowl. Look at the colour. Nice and chunky, lots of great ingredients in there, nice and healthy, and of course some beef. Look at that, it looks fantastic. You could see farmers and herdsmen eating this by the campfire. Now all I need is some chives. Just 3 or 4 finely chopped chives, just like that. And of course some sour cream, because it ain't goulash unless it's got a nice healthy dollop of this right smack bang in the middle. It might be a lot for some people, but for me, this is the perfect amount. Some chives on top, straight on top of the sour cream like that, and a little bit of a sprinkle of the smoked paprika like that. Have a look at that. That is a gourmet delight. A little bit of crusty bread, torn off like this, throw that onto your bench, and here we go. This is the tasting time. Oh, let me tell you, this is so hearty, so tasty. A little bit of acid in there from the vinegar, lots of flavour, and I can tell you the chilies I used were quite hot. This is actually burning, but it's delicious, and that's where the sour cream comes in. A little bit of sour cream, a little bit of meat in there. I'm feeling really good.